Wake up. Yeah, you heard me. Wake up. This ain't the morning to hit snooze. This ain't the morning to roll over and get 5 more minutes. Nah, today is the day you take ownership of your life. Listen, every morning you wake up is a gift. Every breath you take is a reminder you got purpose. Somebody didn't wake up today. Somebody laid down last night and thought they had time. And they did. You here. You breathing. That means you got work to do. No more waiting for motivation. Motivation ain't coming to find you. You don't need a feeling to move. You need a decision. You decide, I'm gonna be excellent today. You decide, I'm gonna be consistent today. You decide to grind even when nobody's watching. Get your mind right. Get your heart right. Get your spirit right. And remember, discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Not Instagram. Not wishing, not hoping. Discipline. Every morning remind yourself, I'm built for this. I'm not average. I don't quit. I dominate. The world don't owe you nothing. Nobody's coming to save you. You got to be your own hero every single day. So get up, get out there and make your dreams chase you. Listen to me. Every single morning you open your eyes, you need to recognize something deep in your spirit. You just got blessed with another opportunity. I'm not talking about just waking up and stretching and checking your phone like it's automatic. I'm talking about realizing right there in that moment that you've been handed something that millions of people wish they had. More time, another shot, another day to breathe, to fight, to grow, to build. You didn't earn this breath. You didn't guarantee this day. It was given to you. And if you don't recognize how precious that is, you're gonna waste it like it don't mean nothing. You're gonna treat your life like it's unlimited when the truth is, it ain't. You need to wake up every morning and say, thank you. Not just out loud, but from your heart. Before you check your messages, before you think about your problems, before you let anxiety start climbing on your back, you stop and you say thank you. You remind yourself that today is a brand new chance to be better than you were yesterday. A brand new chance to attack your dreams, to be disciplined, to be focused, to love harder, to grind smarter. Some people didn't get this chance. Some people went to sleep last night with plans, ideas, dreams, and they never woke up to chase them. You did, you woke up. That's the first blessing. That's the first victory of the day. And I know life ain't perfect. You might have bills piling up. You might have pain in your body. You might have problems in your family. You might be fighting depression. You might be stuck in a job you hate. I get it. I'm not saying gratitude makes all that vanish like magic. But gratitude changes how you face it. Gratitude gives you strength. It flips your perspective. Instead of waking up feeling like a victim, why me? Why this? You wake up feeling like a warrior. I'm still here. I still got breath. I still got fight in me. I still got a purpose to fulfill. That's a different energy. That's the energy that winners move with. You can't start the day angry and expect to live peacefully. You can't start the day complaining and expect miracles to happen. It don't work like that. Your attitude is the engine that drives your life. So set your mind right first thing in the morning. It's bigger than brushing your teeth. It's bigger than checking your emails. Setting your mind right is the foundation that everything else stands on. And gratitude is how you pour the concrete. Strong, solid, unshakable. I'm talking about looking around right now and noticing the blessings you've been ignoring. Your heartbeat, your breath, your mind, your gifts, your talents, your opportunities, your relationships. Even your struggles. Yeah, even your struggles. They're shaping you into who you're supposed to become. Nothing is wasted when you walk through life with gratitude. Every morning before you grind, before you plan, before you hustle, stop and recognize what you have. Even if it's not everything you want yet, recognize what you already got. Recognize the blessings that money can't buy. Some of y'all woke up next to your family this morning. Some of y'all woke up with strength in your legs. Some of y'all woke up with idea burning in your mind. That's priceless. That's irreplaceable. That's everything. Don't miss it because you're too busy worrying about what you don't have yet. Gratitude is a secret weapon most people ignore. It's easy to work hard when you feel blessed. It's easy to push through the pain when you understand that every step forward is a gift. It's easy to love people when you realize they're a part of the blessing too. It's easy to be excellent when you understand that you were given life for a reason. Not just to exist, not just to exist, not just to survive, but to thrive, to conquer, to inspire, to live at your highest level. But it starts the moment you wake up. It starts with your first thoughts. Are you thinking about how hard life is, how unfair it is, how far you still have to go? Or are you thinking about how grateful you are for another chance to rise, another chance to get closer to your dreams, another chance to be a light in somebody else's life? That choice is yours. Every morning, the second you open your eyes, you are presented with that choice: gratitude or grumbling, joy or bitterness, victory or victimhood. And whichever one you choose first, that's the one that shapes the whole day. That's the one that sets the tone for your action, your mindset, your success. You are blessed. You are chosen. You are still breathing. You still got purpose to fulfill. Don't waste it. Don't sleep on it. Wake up with gratitude in your heart and let that fire carry you through anything the world throws at you. Every single morning. Listen to me. Your life is your responsibility, period. End of story. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's gonna hand you your dreams on a silver platter. Nobody's gonna knock on your door and say, hey, here's success. Here's happiness. Here's greatness all packaged up nice and easy for you. No, if you want it, you gotta take it. If you want it, you gotta own it. If you want it, you gotta stop blaming everybody else for why you don't have it. Yeah, it's not your mama's fault. It's not your daddy's fault. It's not your boss's fault. It's not your friend's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's on you. You are where you are right now because of the decisions you made yesterday. And where you're gonna be tomorrow is being written by the decisions you're making today. You gotta take ownership. You got to look yourself in the mirror and say, I am where I am because of me. And if I don't like where I am, it's up to me to change it. I'm not saying life ain't unfair sometimes. I'm not saying you haven't been through real pain. I know you have. We all have. I'm not saying you haven't been dealt a tough hand. Some of you been through hell and back and you're still standing. Respect. But hear me. You can either let that hand be the reason you stay stuck or the reason you go hard. You can either say, I'm a victim, or you can say, I'm a warrior. You get to choose, but you can't have both. Every excuse you make is a chain around your neck. Every time you blame somebody else, you're giving away your power. You're telling the world, I'm not in control of my own destiny, and if you're not in control, then who is? You gotta stop giving your power away like that. You gotta stand up tall and say, I own this. The good, the bad, the ugly. I own it. My mistakes, my failures, my bad decisions. I own it. Because when you own it, you can fix it. When you own it, you can grow from it. When you own it, you can rise above it. But as long as you're pointing finger, as long as you're playing the blame game, you're stuck. You're frozen. You're powerless. And powerless people don't win. You were not put on this earth to be powerless. You were not born to be average. You were not created to sit around and wait for things to happen to. You were built to create, built to move, built to rise. And that starts with ownership. Ownership is the foundation. Ownership is the first brick you lay when you start building the life you dream of. It's the decision to stop wishing and start working. It's the decision to stop hoping somebody else will do it for you and decide, I got this. I'll make it happen. I'll find a way. I'll break through, climb over, dig under, go around, whatever it takes. But I'm getting there because it's mine. There are two types of people in this world. People who make excuses and people who make it happen. Which one are you? Are you the one talking about why you can't do it? Or are you the one finding a way to get it done no matter what? Are you the one explaining why you're stuck? Or the one climbing your way out, blood, sweat, tears and all? That's the test. That's the line in the sand. Ownership or excuses, action or regret, dreams or disappointment. And it all starts with one decision: to own your life like it's your most precious possession, because it is. Nobody's gonna care about your dreams like you do. Nobody's gonna stay up late grinding for you. Nobody's gonna get up early hustling for your goals. That's on you. That's your job. Every single day, you clock in for your own dream. Every single day, you report for duty on your own future. Some of you putting in overtime for other people's dreams, other people's companies, other people's goals, but you won't even give that same energy to yourself. You owe you, not them. You owe yourself the discipline. You owe yourself the sacrifice. You owe yourself the commitment. You owe yourself the ownership of your own destiny. And the beautiful thing is, the moment you take full ownership, real ownership, no more pointing fingers, no more blaming your past, no more waiting for approval. That's the moment you unlock your power. That's the moment you start moving different, talking different, walking different, thinking different, because now you know deep down inside, if it's gonna be, it's up to me. It's up to me. No more hoping, no more waiting. You become the storm, you become the force. You become the force, you become unstoppable. And when you live like that, when you own every second of your journey, nobody, and I mean nobody, can stop you. Everybody out here waiting to be motivated. Everybody out here waiting for the perfect song to come on, the perfect weather, the perfect mood, the perfect feeling before they move. Let me tell you something. If you keep waiting on motivation, you're gonna be stuck exactly where you are for the rest of your life. Motivation is a visitor. Motivation shows up when it feels like it, and then it disappears the second things get tough. You can't build your dreams on something that's inconsistent. You can't build greatness depending on something that's moody. You need something stronger. You need something deeper. You need discipline. Discipline is when you show up whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is when you get it done when you're excited, when you're bored. Discipline is when you stay loyal to what you say you would do long after the feeling you set in and is gone. Discipline don't care about your emotions. Discipline don't care if you're tired. Discipline don't care if you're stressed. Discipline don't care if you don't feel like it. Discipline says we move anyway. Discipline says we work anyway. Discipline says we keep building even when the storms come. You think the people at the top are there because they were always motivated. You think the champions, the legends, the greats woke up every day feeling like conquering the world. No, they woke up some days tired. They woke up some days broken. They woke up some days doubting themselves. But the difference between them and everybody else, they moved anyway. They pushed anyway. They worked anyway. They showed up when average people stayed in bed. They fought through when everybody else quit. They didn't wait for the feeling. They created the feeling by their action. They made the habit stronger than the mood. Listen to me. If you only show up when it's convenient, you will never be great. If you only give effort when you're excited, you will never see the results you dream about. You gotta be consistent when nobody's clapping for you. You gotta be faithful when nobody's watching. You gotta be excellent when nobody's giving you credit. That's the price of success. That's the cost of greatness. And discipline is the currency you pay it with. Everybody can start something. Everybody can get hyped up after watching a video, after reading a quote, after listening to a speech. But who's still doing it when it's boring? Who's still grinding when the crowd disappears? Who's still locked in when the spotlight moves on? That's the real difference. That's where discipline separates you. Because discipline isn't sexy. Discipline isn't loud. Discipline is quiet and powerful and relentless. It's in the small daily decision. It's in the moments when nobody sees you put in work. It's in the nights when you stay up just a little later to finish what you started. It's in the mornings when you rise before the sun because you made a promise to yourself and you intend to keep it. Your dreams need more than motivation. Your goals demand more than hype. They require discipline. They require you to act according to your commitments, not your emotions. And the crazy thing is, when you move with discipline, the motivation eventually comes back. When you see yourself making progress, when you see yourself keeping your word, when you see yourself growing stronger, that's when the fire gets real. That's when you don't need somebody to hype you up anymore. You hype yourself up because you trust yourself now. You respect yourself now. You respect yourself now. You know you're built different. There's two ways you can live. You can live controlled by your feelings, or you can live controlled by your principles. Feelings are like the wind. They change every minute. Principles are like the rock. They stand strong no matter what. Discipline is you choosing to be a rock. Discipline is you choosing to be unshakable, no matter what storm is blowing through your life. Discipline is you saying, I made a decision and I'm standing on it no matter how I feel today. You can either chase the feeling or you can chase the goal. You can either be a slave to your emotions or a master of your destiny. And the choice you make every single morning, every single hour, every single minute will determine where you end up. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to feel excited. Stop waiting to feel perfect. Start moving with discipline. Start moving with discipline. Start moving with purpose. Because feelings are temporary, but the life you're building with discipline, that's forever. Winning is a decision. Winning is not luck. Winning is not an accident. Winning doesn't just happen to some people and skip others. Winning is intentional. Winning is when you make up your mind that you will not be denied. Winning is when you decide in your soul, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care how many times I get knocked down. I will win. It's not up for debate. It's not a matter of chance. It's a decision. It's a lifestyle. It's a commitment at the highest level. You don't stumble your way into greatness. You fight your way into greatness. You sacrifice your way into greatness. You push your way into greatness. You decide to win before you even start. And every move you make after that decision is a reflection of it. Your habits reflect it. Your attitude reflects it. Your hustle reflects it. Your work ethic reflects it. It's not about feeling confident every day. It's about committing to the win even when you're scared, even when you're uncertain, even when you're exhausted, even when you have no reason left except the reason you started. The world is full of people who wish they would win, who hope they might win, but wishing and hoping won't get you there. Hoping without action's a lie you tell yourself to feel better. Wishing without work is just fantasy. Winners don't sit around hoping. Winners grind. Winners get up early. Winners stay up late. Winners outwork, out-hustle, outlast everybody who thought about quitting. Winners don't let circumstances decide for them. Winners don't let failures define them. Winners don't let failures define them. Winners don't let fear control them. They decide, period. When you really decide to win, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop having discussions about whether you're gonna work today. You stop questioning if it's worth it. You stop second-guessing your dream when it gets hard. Winners have already answered those questions. Winners already know it's worth it. Winners already know it's supposed to be hard. Winners already know the sacrifice is part of the price. When you decide to win, you lock in on a level most people don't even know exists. It's easy to say you want success. It's easy to post quotes about grinding and hustling. It's easy to get hyped up for a few days. But what about when it's not fun anymore? What about when the excitement wears off? What about when it's lonely and frustrating and painful? That's when most people check out. That's when the dream killers show up. Doubt, fear, laziness, that's when the fake commitment crumbles. But if you truly decided to win, you keep believing, you keep believing, you keep fighting. You adjust your plan, you pivot if you have to, but you don't change the decision. The decision to win stays locked in no matter what changes around you. You gotta decide right now that you are willing to pay the price, that you are willing to endure the delays, the disappointments, the disrespect, the dry seasons where it feels like nothing is happening. You gotta decide that your dreams are worth more than your comfort, that your future is worth more than your excuses, that your calling's bigger than your fears. That the life you want is worth every ounce of effort you have inside of you. And here's the truth. The decision is free, but the journey will cost you everything. Comfort, sleep, free time, easy weekends, approval from people who don't understand your grind. All of it. You will lose something, you will lose some people, you will outgrow some environments. That's part of the process. Winning demands you become a new version of yourself, a stronger version, a wiser version. A more focused, more disciplined, more relentless version. Some of you are standing at the edge of your next level, but you haven't decided yet. You're still waiting for a sign. You're still waiting for it to get easier. You're still hoping somebody else will push you. No more waiting. No more hoping. Today is the day you decide. Right here, right now, you decide to win. You decide to be unstoppable. You decide that quitting is not an option. That fear is not your master. That doubt is not your destiny. You make the choice. And once you make it, you never unmake it. You don't back down. You don't slow down. You don't sit down. You stand tall and you walk forward. Even if you have to crawl some days, you keep moving because winning isn't something you try. It's something you live. You have to protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Your energy is your power source. Your energy is your strength. Your energy is what fuels the vision, the grind, the growth. You can have the best ideas, the biggest dreams, the clearest goals, but if your energy is drained, if your spirit is depleted, none of it matters. You won't have the fuel to bring it to life. That's why you have to guard your energy like a treasure. Like a warrior standing guard at the gates of a fortress. You can't let everything and everyone have access to you. Some of you are tired, not because you're doing too much, but because you're doing too much for the wrong people. You're giving pieces of yourself to people who don't value it. You're investing your time in places that don't feed you, that don't inspire you, that don't push you toward your greatness. Every conversation, every interaction, every environment you step into, it either gives you energy or it steals it. And you better start paying attention. You better start choosing wisely, because every second you spend with the wrong energy is a second you lose building the life you were meant to live. There are people who will drain you and not even feel bad about it. People who will take your encouragement, your wisdom, your strength, and leave you empty, and it's not your job to fix them. It's not your assignment to carry them. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself and for them is to walk away. Protect your energy. It's too precious to waste. You need it for the battles you're fighting. You need it for the mountains you're climbing. You need it for the dreams you're building. And if you're constantly pouring into others without protecting your own source, you're gonna run dry. Protect your mornings. Protect how you start your day. Don't wake up and let negativity into your spirit before you even get out of bed. Don't wake up and immediately scroll through chaos, through drama, through fear, through distraction. Start your day with intention. Start your day by feeding your soul, not draining it. Read something that lifts you up. Listen to something that strengthens you. Move your body. Breathe deeply. Thank God for another chance. Set your mind on purpose, not on problem. Because how you start your day is how you frame your energy for everything that follows. Protect your space. Your physical space, your mental space, your emotional space, your environment matters. Your circle matters. If you're constantly surrounded by gossip, by negativity, by small-minded thinking, you can't expect to grow into your best self. You can't expect to think big when everybody around you thinks small. You can't expect to be positive when everybody around you is complaining and blaming and settling. You have to curate your space like your dreams depend on it, because they do. Sometimes that means setting boundaries that make other people uncomfortable. Sometimes that means saying no without explaining yourself. Sometimes that means choosing solitude over fake company. Sometimes that means being misunderstood, being talked about, being isolated for a season. But better a season of isolation than a lifetime of being drained by the wrong energies. Better a little loneliness while you build than endless emptiness surrounded by people who don't want to see you win. Protect your mind. Protect what you watch, what you listen to, what you allow to play over and over in your thoughts. Because your mind is the battlefield. Whatever gets into your mind eventually gets into your heart. Whatever gets into your heart eventually shapes your actions. And whatever shapes your actions shapes your life. Be ruthless about what you allow into your mind. Be aggressive about guarding your focus, your peace, your vision. You don't owe everyone access. You don't owe everyone your time. You don't owe everyone your energy. Access to you is a privilege, not a right. Your energy is sacred. Your dreams are sacred. Your future is sacred. And it's your responsibility to protect it. Nobody else can do it for you. Nobody else will fight for your peace like you have to. Nobody else will guard your dream like you must. So today, make the decision to protect your energy at all costs. Start pruning the distractions. Start cutting off the negativity. Start stepping back from the things that deplete you. And start leaning deeper into the places, the habits, the people that charge you up, that push you higher, that remind you who you are and what you're capable of. Because when your energy is right, your mind is right. When your mind is right, your actions are right. And when your actions are right, your life changes forever. You owe you, not your parents, not your friends, not your boss, not society. You owe it to yourself to wake up every single day and chase the greatness that's inside you. You owe it to yourself to look in the mirror and be proud of the person staring back. You owe it to yourself to stop living small just to make other people comfortable. You owe it to yourself to stop waiting for permission to be who you know you were created to be. Nobody else is gonna do it for you. Nobody else is gonna hand it to you. Nobody else can make you chase your destiny. It's on you. And it's always been on you. Stop waiting for somebody to feel sorry for you. Stop waiting for somebody to rescue you. Stop waiting for somebody to push you. Push yourself. Motivate yourself. Discipline yourself. Love yourself enough to demand more from yourself. You owe it to yourself to get up when you fall. You owe it to yourself to keep swinging when life hits you. You owe it to yourself to believe in your dream, even when nobody else sees it, even when they laugh, even when they doubt, even when they walk away. You owe it to yourself to keep showing up, to keep grinding, to keep believing. Nobody else understands the fire inside you like you do. Nobody else feels that calling in the pit of your stomach like you do. It wasn't given to them. It was given to you. That means it's your responsibility. Your dream is your assignment. Your future is your business. Your greatness is your job. Stop expecting other people to clap for you when you haven't clapped for yourself. Stop expecting the world to validate you when you haven't even validated yourself. It starts with you, your belief, your grind, your consistency, your faith. You owe it to yourself to stop making excuses. You owe it to yourself to stop blaming your past. Stop blaming your parents. Stop blaming your circumstances. Stop blaming the economy. Stop blaming what you didn't get, what you didn't learn, what you didn't have. But you didn't have. Yes, maybe you were dealt a bad hand. Maybe you had it rough. Maybe life hasn't been fair. But guess what? Life isn't fair for anybody. Winners don't sit around crying about fairness. Winners figure it out. Winners find a way. Winners get up, wipe their tears, and go to work because they know they owe it to themselves to be better than their excuses. You owe it to yourself to develop your gift, to sharpen your skills, to learn, to grow, to outwork everybody who thought you would quit, to outlast every obstacle trying to stop you, to outdream every limit placed on your life. You owe it to yourself to stop wasting your potential, to stop playing small, to stop living at half speed when you were built for greatness. You owe it to yourself to squeeze every drop of possibility out of your life before you leave this earth. You owe it to yourself to die empty, not full of regrets. You owe it to yourself to heal, to forgive, to let go of the bitterness, to let go of the anger, to free yourself from the chains of your past. Not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve freedom. You deserve peace. You deserve a future that's not chained to your history. You owe it to yourself to be happy, to be whole, to love yourself enough to break the cycle, to choose better, to live better. You owe it to yourself to stop comparing your journey to anyone else's. You owe it to yourself to stop measuring your worth by somebody else's highlight reel. Your race is your race. Your pace is your pace. Your calling is your calling. Run your race. Focus on your lane. Stay locked in on your assignment. The only person you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. Be better today. Be stronger today. Be wiser today. Be wiser today because you owe it to yourself to grow into the person you were born to be. No more blaming. No more complaining. No more waiting, no more wishing, no more hoping without hustle, no more dreams without discipline. You owe it to yourself to do the work, to stay locked in, to show up even when it's hard, to get back up even when it hurts, to push through even when you're tired, to keep believing even when nothing around you is giving you a reason to believe. You owe it to yourself to honor the life you've been given. You owe it to yourself to live fully, to fight boldly, to love deeply, to dream wildly. You owe it to yourself to make your life a masterpiece. A story of courage, a story of resilience, a story of unstoppable, undeniable, unshakable greatness. You owe it to yourself because nobody else can do it for you. Don't you ever quit. I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care how dark it feels. I don't care how tired you are. Don't you ever quit. Quitting is not an option. Giving up is not how you were built. It's not in your blood. It's not in your DNA. You were created to overcome. You were created to keep pushing, to keep climbing, to keep fighting even when the odds are stacked against you. Life is going to hit you. Life is going to test you. Life is going to throw things at you that you didn't see coming. But none of that gives you permission to quit. You've come too far to quit now. You fought through too much to lay down now. There will be days when your body is tired, when your mind is overwhelmed, when your heart is heavy. There will be days when you question if it's worth it. There will be moments when it feels like everything is against you, like you're running in circles, like you're giving your all and seeing nothing in return. But that's the test. That's the moment when champions are made, when winners are separated from quitters. Quitting is easy. Quitting is comfortable. Quitting feels good for a moment, but the pain of quitting never leaves. The regret of quitting follows you forever. But the reward of perseverance, that's eternal. That's the stuff that changes your life. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Remember the dream that lit your heart on fire. Remember the people counting on you. Remember the vision you saw when nobody else could see it. Remember that your future self is begging you to keep going. Your future self is standing at the finish line, cheering for you, praying you don't quit. Because if you quit now, you're not just letting yourself down. You're letting down the person you were meant to become. You think it's hard now. You think the struggle is unbearable now. Imagine how hard it'll be living with the regret that you gave up on yourself. Imagine waking up years from now, knowing you had the chance to be great, but you let fear and frustration steal it from you. That's a pain you don't want. That's a burden you don't want. Fight through the temporary pain now so you can live the rest of your life in power, in purpose, in peace. Understand this. Struggle the process. Pain is part of the process. Setbacks are part of the process. Failure is part of the process. Every great champion, every legend, every success story you admire, they all felt what you're feeling. They all wanted to quit at some point. They all faced giants, storms, walls that looked impossible to climb, but they didn't quit. They refused to let the struggle define them. They refused to let temporary pain steal permanent glory. And you must do the same. You were built for the storm. You were designed for the grind. The obstacles in your path are not there to stop you. They are there to reveal you, to show you what you're made of, to pull the greatness out of you. You won't know how strong you are until you're pushed to your limits. You won't know how much heart you have until everything in you says stop and you find a way to say go. You won't discover your true power on easy days. You find it in the trenches. You find it when it's ugly, when it's tough, when everything inside of you screams to quit and you decide to stay in the fight. Even if you have to crawl, don't quit. Even if you have to cry, don't quit. Even if you're bleeding, limping, exhausted, don't you dare quit. Find another gear. Find another level. Dig deeper. Dig until you find a strength you didn't even know you had. That strength is there. That power is there. It's been inside you the whole time. Waiting for a moment like this to show itself. One day, you're going to look back at this season of your life and you're going to be grateful you didn't quit. You're going to thank yourself for holding on when it didn't make sense. You're going to be proud of the scars, the bruises, the wounds you earned in battle. Because those scars will tell the story of your victory. They will be proof that you didn't fold, that you didn't run, that you stood tall in the storm and claimed the life you were born to live. So whatever you do, don't quit. Keep moving forward. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Keep showing up. Keep swinging. You're closer than you think. You're stronger than you know. The breakthrough you've been praying for is on the other side of your refusal to give up. Dig deep. Stand tall and keep going because you were made for this.